Alright, what's up guys? Today we're going to talk about what it's like owning an RX8. But first, before we get started into the video, it's been a while since I cleaned my car, so that's what we're going to do real quick before we get into this. Stay tuned. Yeah, I didn't get this on camera, but today went and bought this water hose from Walmart and it just busted. So we're just gonna have to rig it. We're gonna have to cut it off and use it like a old-fashioned just hose, I guess. Kind of sucks, but whatever. We'll get it going. Alright, that's much better now. Now back on the topic of what it's like owning an RX8. Yes, I know the intake is pretty useless, but you know, it looks cool, so that counts. So everybody has this bad stigma about RX8s and what it's like to own them, and honestly, I don't see why, because they're pretty good cars. The chassis is really good, and shit, I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just a really fun car to own, to be honest, man. Yeah, it does take a little bit of extra maintenance to own it, but if you want to take pride in something, it's a great car to do it with. Granted, I sticker bombed the hell out of this trunk because I ruined it by trying to spray paint the holes whenever I removed the spoiler. But that's besides the point. You can take a lot of pride in this car, you know what I mean? It's a cool car. But in all seriousness, guys, I don't have too much money in this compared to what some other guys might have, but it is money, and money's hard to come by nowadays, so you gotta pick and choose what you want to do. I'm glad that I got this car. I originally bought this car to start as a drift project, and my intents are still to make it into a drift project. It's just taken a while to save up the money, be able to get seat time, and all that fun stuff that comes with drifting. I do have some parts that are ready to be installed, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Which you guys could subscribe and you see in future videos, man. Yeah, check out the drift build. Whenever it comes to owning an RX8, it's expected these bad boys right in here, these coils, they will go bad probably as soon as you buy the car, because the guy that had it before you never took care of the car and never did any maintenance on them. So whenever you buy an RX8, expect to put coils, wires, and plugs in the car and do a fresh oil change with whatever oil you think that you should use. If you get online and look, there's a lot of people that say a lot of different things about these cars when it comes to using synthetic or conventional. But, like I said, that's up to you. Another downside of owning the car, to be honest, is you have to use 93 octane in it. And it gets about, on a good day, 17 miles to a gallon. So it gets pretty pricey. I spend about 40 bucks a week in gas, on top of me having to use two-stroke oil as pre-mix into the gas tank. I don't have a Zone adapter kit yet. That's another thing on my to-get list. Which, if you've been reading into these, you probably know what that is. If not, basically you are adapting the OMP, the oil injection pump, basically, that injects oil onto the rotors and adapting it to where you can use two-stroke oil. It's pretty cool design, really. Pretty cool aftermarket upgrades, very useful. To where you don't have to pre-mix because it's pretty messy sometimes. Another thing that you have to look for whenever you're buying one of these cars is obviously if the motor's any good. And the way that you can tell is obviously, well, maybe not obviously to everybody, but if you've been doing any research, obviously you have to get the compression checked on the engine. And if you cannot get the compression checked and the guy does not have any paperwork on the motor, do not buy the car. That'll ruin your experience totally with these cars. That's 99.9% of the reason why people hate these cars, is because they don't do research. They just see a nice fully loaded car for $2,000, and next thing you know, they're dropping $4 to $6,000 in a OEM Mazda remanufactured engine and getting it installed, and it just puts a bad taste in people's mouths for these cars. Another kind of sort of issue that people have with these are the mid pipe on the exhaust, or the catalytic converter, whatever you want to call it, will get clogged up and it'll choke out the engine and cause all kinds of issues. Won't rev past like 5,000 RPMs, etc. And it'll eventually take out your engine. And like I said, you're $4,000 to $6,000 into a remanufactured engine installed at a dealer. But you can buy a decat mid pipe, which is basically a straight pipe wherever your cat is supposed to be. Oh, hey, Paco. What are you doing? Yeah, so what are you doing, Paco? Yo, you don't want to be pet right now. Back to topic, sorry. But yeah, overall, I mean, these are really fun cars to own. Granted, they're not fast, like, by today's standards, but they're pretty quick. I mean, comes with like 230 horsepower from factory. It's not that now because the motor's worn in a little bit, but it's still a fun, quick car. It revs to like 9,500 RPMs. Shoots flames out the exhaust. Oh, that guy's real cool. I know that guy's my buddy. But it'll shoot flames out the exhaust if you get the mid pipe, which is pretty fun to do at old people walking down the street. I'm just playing, I'm not that mean. But no, if you're looking into getting one of these cars, man, just do your research on it and make sure the motor is good. Because honestly, excuse how dirty the interior is. Just kidding, the door's locked. It is. But for a car that I paid $4,000 for, fully loaded leather seats, I mean, and it's a 4-door too, technically, which is really awesome for insurance because I only pay $50 a month for insurance on this thing, which is sick. Again, excuse all the trash. It's my daily driver also. But yeah, I mean, fully loaded for $4,000, all leather seats. Have a touchscreen radio. Granted, the AC knob in these right here, there are 3 solder joints inside that will crack and go bad, and you'll either be stuck on AC or you'll be stuck on heat. My car is stuck on heat, so it sucks really bad in the summertime. And my sunroof has quit working, so that's another shitty part about not having AC with this car. But if you take this apart and resolder those 3 joints that connect this climate control knob, usually it will fix it. Sometimes it doesn't. It didn't fix mine because I tried to do that already. I'm gonna have to order a whole new circuit board, but it's only about $100 online, so I mean, you can't really beat that. You know, if you know how to solder right. I guess I didn't and then burnt it. I don't know. I tried. That's all you can do anymore. But like I said, man, fully loaded leather seats, heated seats, which I'm not really a big fan of luxurious things, but if you are, it's a cool car to have. I don't think this was very much help to anybody, but if I helped you at all with trying to decide whether you want one of these cars or not, you know, hit the like button and comment and tell me what kind of experiences you've had with these. Like I said, I've had my car for about a year, paid $4,000 for it, had paperwork on the motor. Motor has probably about 20 to 25,000 miles on it now and haven't had a problem out of it. Just clean the car. You gotta love your fur babies, but come on. Come on. What is that? Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.